Alright, what's up guys? So, in this video it's going to be kind of a mix. I know that my vlogs are, um, I kind of messed up today as basically the air conditioning unit. Remember that like in the last video I talked about the smell of burning plastic? That was a fan for the air conditioner, and it made it extremely hard to sleep because there's no fucking air conditioning. So, my sleeping habits are completely and utterly screwed. Like I literally ended up staying up 24 hours, and I only just got 4 hours of sleep and everything like that. Now there's a bunch of stuff going on right now, both from my game development side of things, and on the crypto side of things as well. So this is going to be kind of a mixed video. Where it'll be like one of my crypt talks and one of my vlogs together at last. So hopefully, I'll be able to correct the whole sleeping habit thing and everything like that. I was supposed to be hitting the reset button anyway, but it ended up happening at a really awkward time where it's like, what am I supposed to do? So, as far as the game development thing, I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna lay off a little bit on the game development streams and focus a little bit more on making my streaming and my excuse for me to play games rather than just make games. And the reason for that is simple actually because I think people it's getting tiresome for other people to like they've been just watching me like work on this one project pretty much solid nonstop for a while now. And I mean that's the only way it's ever going to get done. But you know uh, while I'm making really fantastic progress on this and everything like that, and I'm getting a lot done, and I'm probably going to be working on it pretty hard tonight as well. um, you'll notice that like a lot of people have just stopped coming to the stream and everything like that because it's just not fun. It's not fun to watch. It's not entertaining. It's not an entertaining thing. It's literally just watching me, work on something, and while the project itself is actually really cool, it's just it's not going to start to mesh until people can actually use it and they're kind of interested. So I might make like tutorials, or I don't know, stuff like that. But okay, so with that said, you'll notice here that like all of these buttons are now clickable. It's because you can actually begin actually placing like triggers and multi-managers and counters and stuff like that, which is kind of funny because this kind of scripting technology is actually superior to what I originally designed for the game in the first place. And that is multi-managers allow you to, fire off targets and target names, targets of different objects, around the map, like spawners, so they can spawn a monster and things of that nature. Um, it's actually like it's better than what I had already designed. Like I should have just did this in the first place because it allows for a greater amount of like different types of things. You can do things where it's like it counts how many monsters die. Like anytime you give a monster a target, whenever the monster dies, um, that will be, or when you give a spawn point a target, whenever the monster dies, will be when that target is actually fired, and then you can have like a counter entity that has a target, has the target name for that object, and then you can actually you can have it count how many times how many monsters are dead. So like you say you only spawn four of them, and when it reaches four, then it can fire another multi-manager, which then spawns like another group of monsters, and a different side, a different direction or something like that. And you can kind of have these like really cool, interesting like ambushes. It's a lot more functionality, but it's also a lot simpler. It's the old school way of scripting, and I kind of want to bring that whole entire aspect into the game and everything like that. So yeah, like the auto map thing, you'll actually have to manually place whatever the auto map objects. I think I know now from I have at least a pretty good idea on how I want everything to work on a technical perspective. So I might sort of skew my my instead of doing dev streams, I might just do dev videos where kind of just like go over what it is that's going on and everything like that. That way people can check that out, and that could be a little bit more focused on my gaming and or on my game development. And then I can use my streaming for like when I'm actually playing games, which I actually do want to play some things. I know I want to play Nier Automata, I want to play Project Warlock, I want to play a few other games. Maybe even finally complete Dark Souls 3. Stuff like that. Like I just want to, I'll have to have like a little bit of playtime, and I think that'll be like a better use of my streaming, my streaming time and everything like that. But with that said, I'm still going to be extraordinarily busy with all of this. Regardless, there's just no way around it. But I'll be making more progress. I want to have the editor in a usable state by Monday, I think, because I think I have all these objects almost in a placeable state now, and it's getting pretty close. It's coming down to the wire. Anyway, so with that said, on the crypto side of things, I mean, this is still relevant to the game development side of things because a lot of my a lot of my monetization still comes from crypto. Um, Even though it's not very much, every little bit counts right now. And one of the coins that that I've held for quite some time is Steem, and Steem is dumping like really hard, and it's been dumping for a while. And I actually think that it's probably the RSI is probably going to reach oversold again, like it did before it finally decides to do something. And it looks like it's kind of repeating the same thing that it did before, and everything like that. But one of the interesting things about Steem, though, is it, just like with a lot of other blockchains that are dApps based, is they absolutely explode with coins, all different kinds of porn. Yeah, there's one here. There's a porn coin. Apparently, yeah, it's I have 500 of them, and were just airdropped. There's a GG token. I got 1,206 of those. Like they were just airdropped. It's just like well, you know how I keep always explaining how crypto is basically a value virus. But this is the face of the value virus. This is how it's like. You know what I mean? It's like if Beanie Babies were tribbles. If you remember the old Star Trek episode Trouble with Tribbles, if you remember any of that like that, right? Well, that's kind of like how crypto works in general. And this isn't the only coin that does this. Any coin that has the ability to do smart contracts can also spawn I don't even know how many fucking coins can just like happen. Okay, let me get out of my wallet and just like let me look, at this. Like it just keeps going, and it's the same thing with Ethereum. It's the same thing with EOS. They just, they just explode out sideways. So I'm thinking that one of the reasons why Steem is going down so much right now is because of this sideways expansion. People are moving into the other tokens. They're getting out of Steem, and they're moving over to you know God knows what else. Like there's an ENG coin here. Like this is the Steam Engine token. This is probably something that I should be probably trying to get my hands on actually because it's this whole entire decentralized exchange and everything like that. So yeah, this is welcome to the value virus. Trouble with tribbles. It's just gonna spread. So like a lot of people will be like, "Oh well, crypto is just gonna go away." Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance. That's kind of like saying tribbles will just go away. It's like whatever. Once they infest your ship, it's just pretty much insanity. So right now I'm working on as right before I started this video, I decided that um, I was making a post, and I'm using all of the tags from a lot of the places that I find that are somewhat relevant and everything like that. And I got airdrops from them, so I decided to stake those coins and then make a post that has this stuff on it. And I struggled to figure out why Steem is going down so hard. Then I realized just how much sideways expansion the space has seen in the last month. Holy mother fucking hell! Even Weku is now on Steam Engine, for God's sake. This place is absolutely exploding at the seams. Sideways expansion like this is going to cause everything to lose value, and it won't be shocking to see Steem hit the 5 to 10 cent mark at this rate. So, the reason why I say that is because if you look at coins, if you look at other coins that are like, let me see if I can get to my wallet, it'll be a little bit easier. Well, I can pound that, for example. So here's PAL coin, right? And PAL coin's worth about 4 cents, 4.6 cents. All right. All right. So with that said, Leo, Leo is another one. This is worth, 1.4 cents, right? Um, and then there's other ones like STEM. STEM is a science version of the it's a scientific version of it's weird. Here, I'll actually load it up. Steam Geeks, right? It's like if somebody made a subreddit that was science based, and you can go to it and you can like, you can look at like all these like cool scientific things. Steam changes power and power up. Steam. I don't know if all of these things are going to be legit or like whatever the ones that are promoted or whatever are going to be like, but it's supposed to be like the STEM fields. It's more focused on STEM fields, technology. I guess technology would probably be where crypto would go. I guess I imagine that they don't want this to end up just being a place where Steam ends up getting put everywhere. So or not just Steam, I mean crypto in general. Like a lot of the time, these places, all they do is they just end up talking about cryptocurrency. It's like, all right, I'm on a cryptocurrency thing. Let's make articles about cryptocurrency. It's like fucking stupid. Everybody already knows about it. It shouldn't even really be that interesting. Honestly, it shouldn't even be that interesting at this point in time. It's just that there are so many people right now who just don't know, they don't understand, or they don't know, what's going on with the space. It's still the case, but there's going to be a point right now where the average Zoomer, I was saying this earlier today, in just random conversation, that the average Zoomer is probably more likely to have signed a contract, signed a transaction on a cryptocurrency than have handwritten a check, for example. I can guarantee you that's already the case. Like nobody, handwrites checks anymore. Um, it's more likely that you'll end up seeing people, doing something with some kind of random shitcoin or cryptocurrency or whatever, not even just Bitcoin, because there's just so many, there's so many side uses, and it's so easy to get into, and it's so easy to just spread the value virus all over the place, and blah. So, yeah, with that said, um, this is gonna hurt, but I am hedging right now. I am hedging right now in SBD. Now, I've done this before, okay? Now, but I didn't follow my own advice. But now I'm smart enough to follow my own fucking advice. If Steem is dumping, I hedge into Steem back dollars. That's SBD. You just sit in that, right? SBD does go down. In fact, at one point in time, SBD was like at 50 cents, right? But SBD bounces back much more quickly once Steem balances. In other words, at the very least, you maintain, or you only deal with like slight losses, and in some cases you gain a little bit. Um, once you allow it to get down, but we could be looking at another 50-cent Steam back dollar, which means that it's almost guaranteed that it's going to end up bouncing back, and at some points you can actually even sell it for. I don't even know how that can happen. And this wick pisses me the fuck off. What idiot did that? Someone just hit fucking market sell or something and didn't understand the order books. But anyway, money changes hands, doesn't it? All right. So anyway, with that said, yeah, you just when all hell breaks loose, you just sit in Steam back dollars and you wait for it to bottom out, and then you either start doing conversions. You don't even have to do any of that stuff, and you just wait for it to recover, and then you can just buy back in again, and Worst case scenario, you break even, or you lose a little bit. But you're probably going to be better off than just waiting for Steem to recover. Because if the reason why Steem is dumping is because of the sideways expansion, then there's no reason why Steem won't be in the five, you know, where PalNet and Steem Leo and all of those other coins are sitting all the way down here in like the 5 to 10 cents range, somewhere between two and you know what I mean. Like it's entirely possible that Steem is just overvalued at this point in time because it just is because there's a lot of other stuff on the network. All right, so with that said, I'm just gonna go ahead. Too much stuff to talk about. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more and everything like that. And there you go.